we will be using topsApp. This is similar to stripmap app. Yesterday you saw stripmap app.py minus help produced a help message. topsApp does the same. And the inputs for these will look very similar to stripmap input as well. In stripmap, you probably saw InSAR. We just changed that to tops InSAR. Most of this remains the same. There are a few things you can control here. There's a lot of things you can control here. We're only going to use few options like we did in stripmap. Because of time, we're only going to do a small area around the earthquake. And like I said, Sentinel-1 has 3 SWATs. We directly telling the workflow to only use SWAT 3. So it won't even bother trying to read SWAT 1 and SWAT 2. We can control the number of looks, 7 and 3. Since we're doing a small area, I'm processing this at about 40-meter posting. By default, if you don't say anything, it'll process to 90-meter posting because these are big images. If you generate it to 30-meter posting, the workflow will work fine, except the products will be really big. In this case, I'm not just asking it to generate. I'm using looks corresponding to about 40 meters. And furthermore, I'm not using the entire SWAT 3. I can specify a region of interest, which means only the bursts that intersect this rectangle will be used for processing. And I'm asking it to unwrap. I'm asking it to unwrap its snafu. I could have used ICU like yesterday. That would work well for this data set as well, but I just wanted to show you how to use a different unwrapper. I've set dense offsets to true. Let's see if you have time to get to it or not. If not, you could run it on your own. The default is false, offsets will not be run. Since it's an earthquake, it might be interesting to look at the offsets as well, pixel offsets. And the reference.xml and secondary.xml are their own XML files. These more discussion on the inputs, and this is essentially what the reference and the secondary XML files look like. You can point it to the orbit directory, you can give it an output name, and you can give it the safe file that needs to be used. If you want to stitch multiple Sentinel-1 files together, you just add it to this list, and topsApp will stitch it for you, assuming they're contiguous. You can have multiple save files on one day and a single file on the other. It's independent. These 2 entries are independent.